up, guys? Yep, that's right. Look at that. We've got the Boker Dessert Warrior. This is the full size, not the mini. I absolutely am super duper duper pumped about this knife. I've got it all set up, and we're already at the 800 grit stones, and we're gonna hang out and have a good time sharpening it. Here we go. So I just sanded down my strops. I got my strops all re-emulsified, and I got all the cuts and nicks and all that out of them. So I'm really happy about that. And I'm gonna try to get a really nice mirrored edge on this guy. And I also have a new light setup, courtesy of KO27 on Twitch, one of my best friends. He bought me a new ring light. So hopefully my videos are coming through a little bit clearer and a little bit brighter for you guys. But I have to say, this knife is so cool. This is basically like a grail knife for me, if you will. It's one I've been wanting for over a year. I've tracked it on Blade HQ for, like I said, over a year now. And I was lucky enough to get one. I was walking into my buddy's house and received an email saying that this knife was going to be released that night at 6 p.m. on the computer. And I was absolutely stoked about it, guys. So I was so excited. And I told my friend, I was like, hey man, the donut knife is here. And he and I both were super excited. So we sat at the computer at 6 p.m. The website crashed, but fortunately, we all got one. I got one, he got one, and my other best friend got one as well. So we all got the donut knife, and this thing is incredible. I carried it all day today. I just got it yesterday, and it's so fantastic. I don't normally carry a knife unless I sharpen it, but with this one I couldn't resist. It's so cool. We're going to slice some newspaper with it. As you can see with my new light setup, you got a pretty good reflection coming off this edge. The edge is pretty darn mirrored as it is now, and we're only at the 800 grit. I'm really excited to see how these strops came out. So they look a little silly because the emulsion paste is still settling in there, but I got all the cuts and whatnot out of them. So that's what I got out of them. So I don't really use this side. I only use two parts of my strops. But so I went from this to this by sanding them down, and it's such a cool process. It kind of smells funny because you get the leather kind of hot, but it's not like sitting there like creating a huge amount of friction on the leather. But you sit there and you rub the strop back and forth, and it takes all those scratches and cuts out. I try to do it every once in a while when my strops get really bad. You don't necessarily have to do that. It just, I feel like it makes them better. But back to this knife, man. This thing is so cool. This is probably what I would consider my grail knife. I know I've already said that in the video, but I absolutely love this thing. I can't believe I got one. They also have a miniature version, which I don't think I have in front of me. I don't have the dessert miniature, but I do have just the regular mini AK, and it's really cool. It fires like an absolute rocket, like this one does as well. The spring action on it is way cool. Cat Nacho is over here cameoing. That's what you're seeing, his tail and whatnot. He's a sharpening kitty. I don't want to make this too boring of y'all just sitting here watching my hands move back and forth sharpening this, but I wanted y'all to be more involved in this process of sharpening this knife because it's a special one for me. Because like I said, I've been waiting on this for over a year. And I was so lucky to snag one. So not only is it a treat to get this sharp, it's a treat sharpening this, and I get to do it 2 more times for my buddy KO and my buddy Iron Smithereens. That's both of their Twitch handles. So shout out to KO27 on Twitch. If y'all are ever on Twitch, go check him out. He's my best friend. I'm really hoping with this new camera setup that I got going with the ring light that I can show y'all a little bit of my edge detail so you can see the reflectiveness. I know y'all see me cut a lot of weird things and shave my arm, but hopefully I can get you a nice kind of close up on the edge. I can't zoom with this camera, but it does good enough for what I need for right now. Hopefully in the future I can get a nicer web camera. Right, from here we're going to go to the 2200 and then the 3000, and then we'll move up to the strops. And that thing is already, oh, it's such a sharp blade. This has the AUS 8 steel on it, which isn't the most fantastic steel, but I'm really happy that they chose that because it kept it within a reasonable price range for this one. It's pretty cool. These are all numbered as well. There's Nacho. There you go, guys. You can see him a little bit better. That's the Sharpening kitty. I wanted to get y'all a little bit closer. You can see that pink handle really pop. For those of y'all who are lucky enough to snag one of these, congratulations, because if you have it, you know what I mean. It's just so cool. It's such a cool knife. It has this obnoxious paint job on it that's so silly, but it's so cool. I'm going to carry this knife in my pocket for quite some time. It's kind of a weird day because it's like my collection it feels complete now. But I mean, I'm going to still find knives that interest me, but it's just kind of a weird feeling because it almost feels like my collection is complete. And it was a little weird clamping this one because of the dagger-esque style blade that has kind of a swedge. So I do have some, I call it sticky pad. It's like the stuff you put under rugs. I have that clamped in between the vise so where it won't scratch my blade. I tried painter's tape and I would pass the stones over it and it just would it would rotate it a little bit, and I'm not going to take a chance on scratching the side of this blade. This is going to be like even though I'm going to carry it for a while since I got it, this is going to be kind of like my special occasion knife. I have one other. I have got a original Spyderco Rubicon. I don't think I have that one in front of me. But that's like my other special occasion knife. So from here, we're going to go to my my micron stones here. I'm drawing a blank. It's 1.4 and 0.6 micron stones. Really super duper light pressure. And then once we get to the strops, that's when the fun will begin. Sharpens up really well. For any of y'all who are wondering if it was difficult to sharpen, I started with the 200 grit stones. I don't usually use my 100 grits unless I'm doing some repair work, but I sharpened it starting with the 200 grit stones, got a burr for the full length of the blade on both sides, and then I removed the burr, and then I progressed up in the stones, and I picked it up with you guys here at the 600s, I think, is where we started, but it came out fantastic. Real easy to sharpen. Os 8 steel is not difficult for me. The experiences I've had with it are not difficult to sharpen. This knife for me won't be a heavy user. I want to try to keep it as pristine as possible just because how much I like it. Oh yeah, that's feeling nice. That's feeling nice, my friends. So let's drop this angle, and then we'll strop it. And this thing should be screaming sharp and hopefully really mirrored out in terms of the edge. And then I got some newspaper down here we'll cut. Now, the trick is, since I just fixed my strops, is to not cut back into them. It's going to happen, hopefully not with this knife. I know I'm going to do it. I get kind of excited when I get to the strops, and just a fraction of coming down like that, and you're going to take a little cut into them. But it's fixable. If you have the patience, you can do it. I'd recommend doing it outside. It kind of makes a mess. Or if you can do it inside, put down some like newspaper or a rag and just sand them. I don't know what sandpaper you would use. I actually use like 3M pads that are pretty aggressive. So I'd say maybe, I don't know. I don't want to recommend that. I don't want y'all to tear up your strops. It was just kind of a test that I did. But if you're interested, maybe try that. If you got some cuts in your strops, you can sand them down. There's a guy on YouTube, I forget his name, but I actually learned it from him. I wish I knew his name, I'd give him a shout out, but I saw him do it, and I was like, oh, I gotta try that. Guys, we have a beautiful edge on this. Oh my. Sanding those strops down was such an awesome choice. I know it's just kind of a shiny spot right here, but guys, we have a pretty fantastic looking edge on there. Nice and uniform, nice and clean. Very, very sharp. So when I sanded down the strops, I put on the emulsion and I let them sit for a bit to kind of seep into that leather. Wicked Edge does sell replacement leather. It's very inexpensive, and I've used it before, but it's kind of a tricky situation when you want to sharpen and your strops are all chewed up. So I did some research, and I found that guy on YouTube. Sanded mine down, and it works like a charm. It's awesome. This is one of those knives where I just don't want to stop stropping it. I want this edge to just be, I guess, silly, as my friend would say. Just absolutely silly in terms of how sharp it is and how shiny it is. But I will say, with my strops being treated, it is awesome. Oh, wow. That just popped even more with the mirrored edge. And I'll try to get a close-up as best I can with my camera setup, guys, and so y'all can see that. Oh yeah. And I also have my paddle strop, and I like using that as a finisher after even stropping it with the Wicked Edge. I like that a lot. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and stop there. I'm going to clean this off with that good strop dust that's all over it. You may see a line. Actually, I don't have my rubbing alcohol in front of me. There's might be a line. It's not a scratch. It's just strop dust. I don't have my rubbing alcohol in front of me to spray it down. Not a scratch. Perfect. Alright guys, I'm going to try. My cat's saying hi. I'm going to change my light setup and see if y'all can see it, but maybe not. It's very mirrored. Anyway, let's hit it with the paddle strop, and then we'll cut some newspaper. So let me get y'all over here. So we're going to just get it a few times with this. This has 0.125 micron loaded onto it. I feel like this just takes it to another level. This is what I do to all of my knives after I sharpen them on the Wicked Edge. I'll take them over to this paddle strop, and I hit them a few times with that, and it's fantastic. And my goodness, this edge is beautiful. Very, very shiny and very sharp. Sometimes what I like to do as well is I'll take this sticky pad that I was telling you all about, and I put it underneath my strop. I don't have my full sheet. My full sheet is a little bit away from the setup I'm at, but I'll put it underneath my strop here, and I'll strop it just like that. And I like that a lot. I like the results it gives me. Alright, as promised, let's cut some paper. This thing is sharp. I can't believe it. Oh, the paper's already getting excited to be cut there. It's starting to tear. Here we go. So we got the mirrored edge donut. Oh my goodness, guys. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Let's do the cone, so you get it like a cone and see, and it's already wanting to bite. Guys, I'm Super K Sharpening, and this is the Grail knife, the donut knife, the Dessert Warrior, the everything. I can't believe we got it. I say we as in me. I can't believe I got it. This is so cool. But this is the Dessert Warrior. Thanks for watching. For all of those who got one as well, congratulations. For those who didn't, I hope you get one in the future somehow. But this thing is so cool. Anyway, I'm Super K Sharpening. This is the Dessert Warrior, and I will see you on the flip side.